You wanted to talk about the Jeffrey Epstein updates. Have you seen the latest on that?
Oh my god, yes. Okay, so like, not probably not the latest like you've seen because you definitely stay more up to date on things than I do. Sorry, I'm looking at my desk. I like had a popsicle last night, and there's like goopy shit all over like my mat, and I'm like rubbing water on it to get it to stop being sticky. But
Ooh.
uh, um, so yeah, no, like so. My thing with the whole Jeffrey Epstein thing is I think it's so funny watching Trump try to cover his ass and failing so miserably at it because the motherfucker, the whole election period, whenever he was asked about the Epstein files, he's like, "Oh, we're gonna show them. We're gonna show them. I have, the most beautiful, whatever he would say. Like I have the most tremendous amount of facts that you'll ever see. Like this is tremendous. The, the Epstein files are real. We're gonna show you. Just all that shit. All of his fucking
Well,
like
the
during
way
his
that I
election.
saw it, not to cut you off, he was like that for like everything else I had noticed. Like what you're
Yeah.
saying, he was like that really big with all these other things. But what I noticed is what he's like. He's always like beating around the bush. He's like, with those especially, he would say he was going to release them, and then like he said like recently, he said um I want to release them all, but I'm afraid people will get hurt. People who don't need to be hurt. It's like what, Of course I understand, but it's
Yeah, if
like
they're on the
you.
list, if they're in the books, they need to
Well,
be
he's
hurt. Like, fuck
there's
you.
so much connecting him and Epstein. Like we were talking before. I mean, it's sickening. Like I'm coming from somebody that don't like either fucking side of the political spectrum, but this especially. I mean, having like Alan. We talked about this before. Alan Dershowitz, Ghislaine Maxwell, her father being a
Mm-hmm.
Mossad agent. Things like that. Well, somebody said something. Streamer World said something with a heart eyed emoji. Hey, how you doing? But yeah, like
Hello.
yeah, as of recently, um, the recent thing is that the people in the government are trying to now they're probing and subpoenaing Hillary Clinton. I think Comey, Bill Clinton. Like they're getting these people and they're trying to release the files now, but it's like they want to redact them and shit, and it's like, yeah, no shit, all these motherfuckers are dirty, you know.
Mm-hmm.
All these motherfuckers are kissing the wall in Jerusalem, you know. Not to tangent too much, but this, I know you don't always like to get into the political side, but it's like this motherfucker. Do you know what he said? He's so in bed with these, the Jewish mob that he said, um, any state or city that boycotts Israel is getting their funding cut. Like, damn, a fucking foreign agent. Um, but yeah, the Epstein shit. It's just it keeps getting worse. I remember saying like, man, this will be the domino effect. No matter how much they release, this will be the initial catalyst that will end in such a disaster. Because it's a can of worms that you're opening. That I don't get the motives of these people who are so like dirty with this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like why?
Mm-hmm.
Why'd you even start doing it?
It's like Diddy and stuff too. It's the same shit.
Oh yeah, Diddy. How convenient that he gets off all the other charges, but then he gets this minor like charges. It's the same lawyer that was
Yeah,
after
all
Epstein.
the
It was like,
main things that we had irrefutable proof over, and they're like, nah, he didn't do it.
yeah, right.
Yeah, it's
So
like okay. Poor Justin Bieber, dude. We all laughed at him, but instead he was getting his booty clapped by fucking Sean Combs.
John Combs and that who was that meme that went out where he was fucking what's his name? Who was that he was fucking? I can't remember that they put out there was a meme.
Meek Mills.
Yeah, the Meek Mill shit. That was funny. Um, but yeah, like I said, there's so many places where they connect. Ghislaine, and Jeffrey Epstein, they prostituted someone from I can't remember her name from Mar-a-Lago, I mean, this whole thing with Trump recently, he was like, over that, and like that's how they had their falling out with that and business arrangements and going foul and him taking an employee type shit. But the funny thing
Yeah.
about that is he says all of this shit, but that infamous quote where he's like, um, Jeffrey is a terrific guy. I've known him for 15 years. Definitely likes him on the younger side. That quote came out after what he claims he distanced himself. See, it's just getting
Mm-hmm.
ugly. Um,
Dude, Trump should dig himself a deeper hole because, and not only that, anything he does lately just makes himself look more guilty. Like stating that the list doesn't exist. It's like, dude, we've known about the list for the past almost 5 years now, that since everything's came out, and it's like, dude, we've known about all this. It's all public knowledge. A lot of that shit's already been on the internet. You can still find it. A lot of it's been like eradicated, deleted, whatever. But there's still people with the information. There's still like all the shit we've seen before, all the allegations, all the stories from the women coming out and talking about it, and then there's the pictures of Trump with Epstein, all this shit, and it's like, dude, like we know, we don't care, like we know the truth, we know that you're like somehow, involved with Epstein. No one's claiming that he's a pedo, but it wouldn't shock me in the slightest if Trump was, because look at the guy, the way he talks to people, the way he acts, like definitely he's with the elitists, the way he backs up all like the shitty people in Hollywood, like talking about pardoning fucking Diddy, like all this shit. It's like, dude, everything Trump does, it just makes himself look worse and worse just by association. He doesn't have to do anything. It's just, dude, like he associates with these people, he defends them. He's a fucking moron.
yeah, he's definitely 180 for sure. Like he's losing his base like crazy. I mean,
Dude, it's funny.
Bob Bauman.
So,
Go ahead.
yeah, living in Springfield, dude, I see every day people with Trump flags everywhere. And like it's funny because I will see the same trucks with the flying flags on their beds and shit, and the houses with Trump flags. Well, dude, I've been seeing those disappear.
Well, yeah, he's
Like
proven
he is
himself.
losing support.
He's proven that he's not anti-war. I mean, his extremism with
Mm-hmm.
Israel. Like when the world is turning on Israel, I was going to bring up a lot of that later on. Um, it's unpopular to support Israel now. I mean, the Jeffrey Epstein shit. I mean, he's backpedaled. He's become basically a generic rhino con, and his base is seeing right through this shit. I mean, so many people are like leaving the base in mass. I mean, not too many. He's become basically just a yet another evolution of George Bush. I mean, that's sad.
Honestly, he might be dumber than George Bush. Granted, he didn't cause 9/11 like George Bush did, but still.
Well, I mean, we all know my opinion on the events of September 11th. The Israeli involvement, the pro-Israeli lobby, and the agendas for the Oded Yanan plan. I mean, we can
Mm-hmm.
go into that at some point. But it's just like yeah, he is kind of fucking stupid. I mean, like, all this about his like 5D chess. This is all trust the plan, QAnon. My Soviet Union based stay calm and just trust the plan narratives. This guy, he's so brilliant with his business. I mean, he went bankrupt in the fucking 90s. He had a failed casino venture, and then like literally he went billions of dollars in business debt and like over $1 billion in personal debt. And he was almost completely out of the game. And then the bankers, basically said, "Look, he's worth more alive to us than dead." They actually said that. Like you can look up the clip. It's like a CNN clip where they interviewed someone from the banks that bailed out Trump. It's like, look, he's worth more alive to us than dead. It's amazing how these motherfuckers thought him to be an outsider. Like how he pulled that trick is amazing. No
I,
evidence whatsoever. I mean, it didn't help that they had his buddies in the media on both sides attacking him and applauding him, like keep illustrating that he's an outsider. I mean, all my establishment attacks him. That don't mean anything. Reverse psychology. I mean, But yeah, like,
Mm-hmm.
excuse me. I mean, all of his extreme Zionist stances, you know, is just unbearable. You know, the Epstein shit's gonna, excuse me, keep coming out. I mean, you know, there's so many connections from like I said before, Alan Dershowitz, you know, the mob lawyer that got Jeff off, you know, in the mid early 2000s. You know, was deep in the Trump like mythos. You know, Steve Bannon, part of the cabinet, left the fucking Jeffrey Epstein building. You know, when he was in the there, like people had to back away. You know, so I mean, there's way more than that. Like I was saying in I think it was the first one we talked about, like Lady Ghislaine or Ghislaine, Lady Ghislaine, the ship that was bought from the half Saudi, half Jewish, you know, he owned yachts, and
Mm-hmm.
Trump got Lady Trump. You know that this man's connected, but there, you know, this there's just so many connections to people like there's people in Congress in the House, and it's like you don't think so, but then this guy's actually like a stepson of or a nephew of this guy who was a lawyer for Ghislaine's dad, and or something like that. And it's like the Ghislaine's dad is kind of like the whole nexus where a lot of this connects. And like I said, he was a Mossad agent. Um, you know, the founder of Victoria's Secret was the one who, you know, he's in Ohio actually, at least he was. Kind of got Epstein, you know, the first big investments and pushes for Epstein into ascending into his wealth came from the owner of Victoria's Secret, and shit like that. His name escapes me right now, but yeah, there's all these connections, and like I said, Epstein was with one of the prime ministers of Israel. The name escapes me. You know, they multiple times, like I'm assuming all of the all the intelligence agencies were using Epstein, but most likely, you know, he's Jewish. You know, it goes back to Mossad.